I'm Colby Melton, an SDI student enrolled in FTH 212 striker fired pistols. Today's date is May 19th, 2024. My professor is Dr. Purdue, and this is my Module 4 assignment. In front of me, I have my PSA dagger, recently stippled. As you can see, the magazine is clear, orientated in 6 direction. It's clear, chamber's clear, magazine's clear. The firearm is clear. There's the stippling that I put on. I'm showing this for integrity purposes because you'll see videos later where my face is not in there. And here are my 2 panels. I did 2 here and these 2, and then 1 on the back of this for 5 total. And so this assignment was broken into 3 parts. The first part was part 1, and that was these panels. First we had to draw or sketch the outline, and then put in the borders, and then stipple them. I will now present the 3 videos showing evidence of that. Here I have my roughed out shapes on my panels. They've been roughly drawn on there and then marked with painter's tape. The project calls for 3. I've done 5, and these are going to be my practice panels. I plan to use the other 3 for any additional practice that I need moving around curves or something like that. Here are my completed borders around each panel. We have the 4 there, plus the 1 here for 5. Here are my completed panels. This was the first one I did with the dot. These were my second 2. This one's laying over to the side, and this one goes in the spiral. And then down here we did one laying in the side with the spiral, and this was another straight dot. This is the texture that I'll be using for my stippling on my frame. Part 2 of the assignment was stippling the firearm. The pattern goes all the way around. First we had to sketch out our outline, tape it off, put our lines in, and show evidence of this. It taped off, drawn out, and then the lines put in, and then pattern or texture it with the stippling. And I will now show videos for those 3 parts of the assignment. Here's the plan pattern laid out on the frame. You can see all the lines have been taped off. And we're just connecting all the stippling around. We're going to reduce this right here, hopefully. And that's the pattern laid out on the frame. Here we have the pistol with the lines filed in, or the frame with the lines filed in. Now we're going to go ahead and start sanding those lines. Here's the pistol with the lines cut in, texture removed, ready to go to stippling. Lines have been cut and filed into 400. Here in front of me we have the finished stippled frame with the finished pattern, and as you can see, it wraps all the way around. And we just connected all the lines, took out the dead spaces, and we did a little bit of a frame reduction right there on the grip to get rid of the hump. It's still there, it's just not as defined as it was before. And this is a dot finish with the medium dot slightly pushed, or just to where it makes the dimple. Part 3 of the assignment was to answer 2 prompts to articulate the process of stippling. The first prompt, 3.1, was for part 3 of the assignment. You will articulate the process you used to complete part 1 and part 2, then discuss any difficulties you may have had in completing them. So for both of them, it started by sketching the actual outline in pencil, getting everything symmetrical. I used a compass for the the curves here on these two, and then just use some different things from ruler and stuff to get what I wanted as far as the shapes on here. Once they were taped, I put the sketch on there and then cut in using the ball cutter around the edges, and then went in and used the needle files to file in the borders. Once the borders were there, I started the stippling. These panels were very hard to stipple, which left me wondering how this one over here was going to be. Once I'd finished stippling these, I practiced on a polymer magazine, AR-15 one, kind of like made the same stuff, just because somebody had said something about it being different stippling actual polymer. For this, sketched in the little places, followed the lines as best I could, sketched in the places to connect them. Once the pencil marks were in, put the tape around, following the edges, cut the tape nice and tight as much as I could. Once again, used the ball cutter, followed up by the needle files, and then sanded all the existing texture down slowly until it was 400 grit, 150, 220, 320, and then 400 grit. Also, on both of these, I went around the edges with the little sander rotary tool, beveled in towards the line, not to mess it up. And then just stippled this using the the straight dot, medium tip going in just slightly. Overall, I think it turned out pretty well. The difficulty was these panels themselves. They don't stipple near as easy as this one over here, and I did several different patterns, laying them sideways, going in circles, kind of like working in the spiral out like the instructions said, to find that the straight dot was one that's going to be the hardest. On this, I did scuff up some of the edges, but I was able to buff those out with sandpaper and then a buffing wheel on the rotary tool. If I had to do this again, the one thing that I would do different, this is the 3.2 one. What could I do different, make it smoother? I would have just planned a block of time to be able to complete everything in 1 or 2 sittings. As it was, I had to work on this for 30 minutes to an hour at a time and then come back, because life, full-time job and life, it just kind of got in the way of project time, and in the end I just had to manage with the time that I had. But overall, this completes the assignment. I enjoyed the assignment. I had my reservations about stippling the frame, messing something up, but it turned out really well, and I'm happy with it. I'm not sure I'll be doing stippling jobs in the future, but I enjoyed it.